Hi everybody, welcome to 5 Minutes with Santi. Today we're going to talk about freedom of speech on social media. Very different than freedom of speech in real life. Remember real life when you used to go out on the street and talk to people and be like, hey, how's it going? How's your family? Freedom of speech is a very valuable thing here in the United States. And people will remind you of it all the time. Hey, it's my freedom of speech to say whatever I want, whenever I want it. Don't tell me to shut up. You shut up. It's my freedom of speech to tell you to shut up. That's right. In the United States, you're protected by the Constitution under the First Amendment right to say whatever you want. That's right. You can choose to be whatever asshole you want to be that day, and it's totally cool. Unlike Canada, where freedom of speech is very much regulated, and if you say something that could be misconstrued or is deemed to be offensive, you might be in an actual legal battle. Freedom of speech on social media is drastically different because you're entering a private entity, meaning you're creating a profile and a persona on a private platform that has its own regulations and rules. So if you post something that is deemed to be inappropriate or anti-platform, it is the right to flag it or to take it down. Political speech has become one of the most heated debates over the past couple of months as we head into the presidential election. This is what founder of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, had to say about political speech.
What I think the right approach is, which is that I don't think that Facebook or internet platforms in general should be arbiters of truth. I think that's a kind of a dangerous line to get down to in terms of deciding what is true and what isn't.
Thank you, Mark. You're so weird. I don't know where you're from. I have no idea if you're from planet Earth. But that's right. What he's saying is that social media platforms shouldn't be obligated to regulate political speech because political speech is already a very regulated form of speech. That being said, Facebook does regulate certain posts and things that get done on Facebook. For instance, if I publish something that said, Corona beer gives you coronavirus, Facebook would absolutely go and say, that's not true, and we're going to take you down. And most of your friends would like it, and some people would share it, and it'd be hilarious, but it's not a fact. I'm bringing this up because recently someone's tweets got flagged on Twitter.
Breaking news, Twitter fact-checking the president for the first time. Twitter tonight added, this has never happened before, fact-checking links to President Trump's tweets about mail-in voting. As you can see, Twitter now prompting users to get the facts about mail-in ballots because what the president had tweeted wasn't true.
Look at the CNN reporter. She's so happy. She's like, oh my God, finally someone is checking this guy. Oh, I'm CNN. I'm supposed to be impartial and neutral. Come on, CNN. Act like you've been there before. I get you're happy, but you're supposed to be neutral. Trump was so mad. He was going, Twitter, we were tremendous friends. Why would you have to do this to me, Twitter? Why would you go behind my back? Now I'm all angry. I don't know what to do. My hands are very tiny. This joke has been done over and over again, and this is a horrible Trump impersonation. Trump was so angry, he signed an executive order to modify and tweak Section 230. Section 230 is a piece of legislation created in 1996 to protect social media platforms from liability. Meaning if someone posted something totally outlandish and crazy, social media platforms can go, oh, we don't know that person. We don't know Timmy. We didn't know he was crazy. We didn't know he was going to do those things. You should talk to his mother. And this is how Fox News reacted to the executive order.
Yes, let me start with this order. Your reaction to the president's understandable frustration and his response in the form of this executive order.
Thanks, Lou. This is really welcome news. Look, since the 2016 election, the far left has hopped from hoax to hoax to hoax.
Fox News is so different from CNN. It is totally understandable what Mr. Trump is doing. It is unacceptable, and the crazy liberals are taking over this country. And this is what drives me crazy about news media today. You have CNN who are the crazy liberals, and you have Fox News who are just flat out crazy. There's no nuance, there's no layers to the news. It seems to me that what Mr. Trump is trying to do is very counterproductive. If you put in more regulations on social media, well, guess what? These social media platforms are going to be even more strict about the content that you and I publish on. It doesn't seem to me that Mr. Trump understands what he's doing. He's just livid. He's just mad. He's just like, I can't believe that they flagged one of my tweets. Guess what, Trump? Welcome to the club. If you say something that's remarkably stupid, people will dislike it. People will say things about it. You're a public figure and you are subject to criticism. Most of us are getting our news from Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. We need to get the facts right. And this is coming from a Colombian immigrant that when he was 6, his mom told her that if he drank beer and ate watermelon, he would die. I only had the ability to fact check that when I was 22, and it was already too late. People had already called me crazy. And this is the point of this episode. Make sure you validate your data. And if you post something that is totally inaccurate and somebody calls you out, be open-minded, have some empathy so that we can learn together and be constructive rather than destructive. Thank you so much for listening to 5 Minutes with Santi. I really appreciate you guys. I'm gonna be here every week. So if you like what you see, make sure you hit that subscribe button. See you next week.